Previously on Roleplay Radio.
Rosie, I'm trying to set Gary and Kataras up. But the thing is, Kataras is completely oblivious, and we kind of want him to sort of stay that way. You know, they're roommates, so it could be kind of awkward if it doesn't go well, right? So we're trying to be careful with it.
It also seems pretty clear that he's not actually interested because he specifically suggested that we find each other dates for a double date.
Kataras is saying bye to you like, hey, thanks so much. Appreciate the target practice.
Yeah, of course.
Same time next week?
Yeah.
Hey, quick question. Do you have any idea what Gary's into?
Aside from alchemy?
No. Like a partner?
Oh, like romantically?
Yeah, romantically. What's he into?
Let me think on it and get back to you tomorrow.
I was gonna say, tell him that whoever he gets for me, make sure he doesn't have a beard, that's all. But other than that, just fine.
Sure.
You mentioned that the Silver Trolls were sponsoring a team. Koss is curious about that, wondering how heavily the Silver Trolls are involved and whether or not they're going to have to do some hiding of self while on the Epsilon team.
We're only accepting dwarves, and it's not for any racist reasons, okay? We're representing our guild, and our guild is 95% dwarves.
Yeah, I understand. I know the history of the Silver Trolls pretty well.
Do you? Must make your parents proud.
Yep, the good old rock movers.
Oh, alright.
The Rock Mover clan.
Interesting, never heard of them. How did you sign up? Like, what name did you put down?
Randall Rock Mover.
I like it.
But why don't you like him anyways? Bjorn Burning Hammer. You're in business with him, but why don't you like him?
Need I ask? All the self-righteous talk, it gets a bit old. Sorry.
I understand that quite well.
You ever heard of the name Charming?
Yes.
They were like that once upon a time, then greed got to them, and here we are, cursed. Some of us run away from our curses. Others have a hard time doing so, and they just change their names. Like I did, married into mine. Dapplewing. Others just say the same name, but in a different language.
To old families, I suppose.
The armoire just spits both Griff and the bullywug out. Where am I?
Somewhere safe from Dragon's Guard.
You kept me from the Dragon's Guard. I ain't want to forget that.
What's your name?
Morgaxor.
Sorry, what?
We are Morgaxor.
Ah, okay, so you're not actually Murdoch's. Renshell, you're...
I am Morgaxor!
I mean, keep saying that, and we probably will just stab you, and I don't think you really want that.
We are Morgaxor.
Okay, I don't know if you'd be a great informant.
But he just told us a ton of stuff, and it feels better if we do like a witness protection thing. First thought is Dapplewing.
Kind of said we wouldn't do that, though.
Dapplewing's not Dragon's Guard.
That's true.
I think she would count in his mind.
Valentin? I feel like Valentin would just kill him.
Yeah, probably.
What about the Unseen?
To take the bullywug.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That makes sense. They're not the Dragon's Guard.
Do we have a way of contacting the Unseen?
I do.
And the plan was to contact Uncle Oz to get him to basically protect the bullywug for now in exchange for secrets and aid. I was originally thinking we would start with that scene, but as Nikki pointed out very importantly, Gary's beard is burned off and Kataras hasn't seen that. So
It's a very important scene for me.
Roll for boner.
we're good. After the whole business with the bullywug, at some point that evening you find yourself in Quandrix in the bathroom staring at the mirror, and you see your face after several months of having this beard.
He probably spends some time, because he did get burned with acid, so he's probably also got like an acid burn.
Yeah.
So he spends some time healing that, because, you know, that he can at least make go away.
So as your skin is healing, you look like you again. However, your facial hair,
That's gonna grow back.
unbeknownst to you, yeah.
That's definitely gonna grow back.
Sure. You get a knock on the door.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah.
Rumi.
Oh, hey.
Hi. No, he's on the other side. He can't see you yet.
Okay.
Hey, listen, sorry, are you in the can?
No?
Good. So I have a question for you. And he's pacing outside of the bathroom. Would you prefer apple juice or pineapple juice?
I guess pineapple juice?
Darn. He starts
It
scratching.
kind of depends on the application.
It's for your date. Gary, I have to be honest, I'm having some difficulty finding someone. You know, I asked my friend Jordan. Turns out she's a bit too gay for that. And then I asked her what she thought, and then she gave me some good advice, but then, you gave me the wrong answer, so now I don't know. Let's just have a chat when you get out. Yeah, I gotta really think, and he just walks away from the bathroom door. You tell me when you emerge.
Sure, I mean, I think he'll come out around now. It sounds like he wasn't doing much in there except trying to heal his face.
And Escadaris, who very clearly just got to the dorm, is taking off his coat, putting his bag down, hears you coming out of the bathroom but doesn't see you yet. Just over his shoulder, he's like, "Oh, good, you're out. Hey, yeah, I thought we could go have a drink and maybe get some pretty..."
Huh?
What?
You said have a drink and get some pretty.
No, I just meant it's pretty nice to see you. Huh.
You saw me this morning
Yeah.
and the
No, but-
morning before that.
You are right. I know it was a bit chaotic. It was a bit of a chaotic day.
Yeah, a Slaad spit on my face. Wait, no, a bullywug spit on my... What spit on my face? Something spit on my face.
Oh dear, you were right in the fray. I just heard the squealing of the Slaadi from afar.
Yeah, they came to the stadium right as we were finishing with practice.
And you fought him?
I mean, I mostly kind of just helped.
Well, so, like I was saying, I was having a hard time finding a date for you.
Right.
I might have to postpone. Maybe the fall festival might be a good opportunity for the. I just need some more time. I want to do right by you. Can I just touch?
What?
Can I just feel?
Sure.
And he rubs his fingers against your cheek.
Gary definitely leans into that.
Well.
I was making faces.
Anyway, wanna go get that drink?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, let's chat. It's pretty good to see you, Gary.
Thank you. It's good to see you too.
He continues to just kind of look at you from the corner of his eye as you're walking towards, I don't know, probably at Lausanne, even though you work there, but...
Where else do you get drinks?
There's Shmuel in the background. I can see what's happening.
Mistake. How are you handling everything that's happened today?
Well, very first thing she did was write that letter and get that sent out.
Yeah.
All of her letters to the Unseen and the Gruul Clan and everyone else are written entirely in Infernal. She tends to be kind of vague, almost Thieves' Cant style in her letters, so in case someone does intercept them and can read Infernal or uses comprehend languages or whatever, they still won't know exactly what she's talking about. Sensitive package that needs pickup, send someone who speaks Dwarven, includes something like we could use the personal assistance of the person who helped us at the gala. And she's doing all of this in F Squad HQ, so she probably also sees the newspaper and pieces that together.
I'd like to say that as you're writing this letter at HQ, because somebody needs to be there, because the bullywug is there now in the basement.
Koss is the one who was tasked with finding where to put the bullywug.
So Koss is there, probably in the basement though, as
Yeah.
Mistake is in the upstairs section. There's a tentative knock on the door, but it will also just kind of open. You see your childhood friend King walking in.
Hey, Kang.
He looks showered and in better shape after the fiasco. It's later that afternoon.
Yeah.
Hi there.
Feeling better?
Yes, very much so. Just thought I'd come here and talk to you about a couple of things.
Sure, yeah.
And he's inspecting you from head to toe. It's he didn't hurt you anyway, did he? The Leonin.
Oh, Griff? No, it's fine. It was an aggressive hug, and then I told him a joke and he stopped.
Accurate.
It's funny. But we both know it wasn't a joke. I mean, you did it to me. Can we trust him? Because from what I saw, he was helping first, and then he attacked you. And then he killed unconscious people who couldn't defend themselves.
So, yes, we can trust Griff. I know that for sure. He's my friend, has been my friend since last year. We've been through a lot together. And as brutal as it looked, I think he was right to kill those Slaadi. They were not under their own control anymore.
You sure about that?
Mostly. And as for him attacking me, that's something we need to figure out. There's some other stuff going on. He wasn't entirely under his own control.
Is anyone at this school? The Slaadi weren't in control. Griff wasn't in control. Who's next?
Yeah. I don't exactly have an answer for you there.
Right.
I mean, you knew about all that before you even
I did.
lied, so, you know.
I did. I just seeing it firsthand is a bit shocking is all. Which brings me to my next point. And he's like holding a flyer in his hand, or he was holding it behind his back. And the flyer, you see the Dragon's Guard logo in it.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, I've been giving it some thought. The gods here are not like the gods in Redfell. At first I thought I'd stay as far away from them as I could. They're gods. Gods and us, they don't mix.
A gab.
A gab. If no...
I know, it took me a second. Enjoy the slow ripple of realization across the table.
But after seeing what happened today and how they just jumped into action and protected everyone, and I think I'd like to apply.
Go for it. You can talk to Rampart.
Suvish.
Yeah.
Yes, I figured that would be the first person I go to. And yeah.
If Shelley was still here, you could talk to them too, but...
And that brings me to one last thing. I before all the chaos happened, did I hear you trying to play Cupid mistake?
I don't know what you mean.
You don't. Did that ever end well back at home?
Probably not, because last I knew, Sakori still had done absolutely nothing about it.
Exactly.
I mean, I got, with Cos's help, Gary and Aurora were dating last year.
Oh.
And then they broke up at the end of the year, but...
Well, it's nice to see you trying again with your friend. I just wanted to suggest something, and he shows you the flyer, which you would have already seen, with the Fall Festival. Mm-hmm. But he'll point at one of the rides that he circled. I was gossiping with some of those Scrollerblades fellas that we had the scrimmage with. Do you know what a bubble pop teapot thing is?
What?
The bubble pop teapot.
Can you say that at least 3 more times?
No. Just, apparently, I'm not kidding, I'm not exaggerating. Apparently it's a giant teapot that you enter at the base, you go around this spiraling staircase all the way up to the spout, and then you walk through it.
Spout, technically.
Really?
Yes, sprout is a plant.
You step through the spout,
No.
and a bubble forms and carries you throughout the park. You can go alone, you could ride it with a partner, you could ride it as a group. When I saw you trying to play Cupid, I just thought, there's a thought. Now I will leave you to your mischief.
Well, I still need to find another person to be involved in this mischief.
Good luck.
I'm probably going to need it.
The books belong to Rose Pentagar?
That is correct, sir.
Right.
Well, she's dead, but...
Right. So Griff wants to go to Rose Pentagar's treehouse.
Ooh,
Griff,
I like this.
Griff doesn't know what he's looking for, but he kind of has a gut feeling that there's something maybe worth seeing there.
Okay.
And maybe it's mixed up with whatever spooky shit's happening for him.
I like this, yeah. So after all the chaos of that day, Griff went for a really long walk all the way down to Witherbloom. It also happened pretty much after Bartholomew had said his goodbyes.
Yeah.
You also noticed, Griff, that remember in the middle of the fight, some students showed up because they were sent there for safety?
Yeah.
Word has begun to spread. As you're walking to Witherbloom, you get these weird looks from students. They start whispering amongst each other, like pointing from afar. And Griff might not give a damn. But at some point, you spot little Johan Jetwing holding his little Griff card that you signed. And he's with his Owlin. But when they see you, they begin to scatter and back away. And he just puts his card away. And he also scatters. They're scared of you.
Griff just stiffens up his collar and keeps walking. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. And you head all the way down to Witherbloom. Now, you know exactly where the treehouse is. I'm not going to make you roll for that. And you begin climbing. And you get up there, and it's that same lonely feeling from last year. Very lonely little treehouse, lots of debris and vines that are overgrown, taking it back. Roll me an investigation check. See what you see.
It's just a straight roll. Nat 20.
Whoa!
Give it to me, baby.
Man.
That is the first Nat 20 investigation check for your boy. And in fact, that is one of your first successful investigation checks for said. Give me the ghost, and I will bottle her and use her as a weapon.
Oh man, Rose Pentagar spirit statue.
That implies she has unfinished business.
That's true.
So, Griff, you start walking around the treehouse. Same old junk.
Kicking around stuff.
Kicking stuff
Opening
around.
drawers. Looking behind things. Maybe moving furniture, looking behind it.
Yeah. There's a lot of graffiti here, too. Lots of students.
Graffiti, huh?
Lots of students over the decades have come up here to chill, and there's just a ton of graffiti, some of which might go over your head, like Mage Tower team names, calling out others. You get the sense that like some of these are way more recent than others.
Griff finds a spot and puts his own name, but also puts F Squad,
Okay.
including Shelly.
Aww.
Yeah, you take the time to do that, and it's a very tender moment of vulnerability that no one's here to see.
Shut up.
When you finish writing the name Shelly Shell, you're writing it with your claw.
Mm-hmm.
When you run your claw, you chip some of the paint of the graffiti that's below. It's like a random pest that's like looks very otherworldly. But you chip some of the paint off and you realize there's some writing underneath. And you know, it's not a wonder, it's like a blink and you miss it. Yeah, you keep peeling. And there's more stuff down there. And you find random quotes that have been carved into the wood. They're angry in nature. Some of them like, he shouted at me today. She will never understand. Never any names specifically, but just like you can tell that whoever wrote this was venting. And they get progressively angrier and angrier as you continue chipping some of that paint. And then you come across the most interesting of displays. It stops being a stream of consciousness and it just becomes notes. And these notes, I want to say you recognize immediately because you're taking scrivening and symbology as your mandatory course this year with everybody, and you just took a test recently. It is a bunch of different words in different languages, and some of them you recognize. And among them in Abyssal is the word pentos. You know that it translates to charm. It starts, as you chip away more, it says charm at the top, and then it's in every single language imaginable. When it says pentos, she circled it. And she added the word agar, which is ing, in Abyssal. And that's what you see. It doesn't take you long to discern that what this is Rose Pentagar trying to choose her last name so that it's not recognizable. To change it to Pentagar. Dapplewing has told all of you, including you, that lots of people in her family choose to change their last names because people are shitty. And some people think the disease is contagious. Other people are just like, oh, it's a curse. Don't affiliate yourself with those people. So a lot of them marry and change their last name and just to avoid the drama.
So presumably this is Dapplewing's ancestor. I got the die.
All right, Cost, how are you feeling with all the chaos that's happened today? And what is it that you do that evening?
It kind of puts things in perspective for Cos, because they had been planning for this to be a normal school year, and this is pretty much confirmation that it will not be a normal school year again. So yeah, Cos, I think, is trying to make Morgoxor, as we know him, to be as comfortable as possible, given the context of our relationship to Morgoxor. But after a while, they'll actually come upstairs to chat with Mistake, I think.
Yeah.
don't worry. I'll see if I can find you some food. You said what was it that you said?
Don't you worry about me. I mean, I'll eat anything. Some bugs would be mighty nice.
All right, I'll try to find you some bugs.
Hey, I just wanted to say you and your friends are really upstanding. I mean, anywhere I go, I'm worried about my hide, but y'all just...
Yeah, we try to be good people, and I hope that you remember that next time you consider yourself to be an arm of a person who wants to kill us. Whoosh. Our guest is a handful.
Sounds it.
He kind of really opened up once everybody else left. I think he was probably intimidated.
That's fair. Griff was a little punch happy.
Yes, extremely. Hey, Mistake, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
I was really hoping that this year was going to be a normal school year, and I'm kind of realizing that it won't be. So I've been trying to consider what are the things I've got to get done so I can focus on fighting up the Auric again, doing F-Squad things.
Right.
I just wanted to ask if there was anything on your mind, anything that's, weighing on you so that we can focus on making the F-Squad the best F-Squad that it could be.
Ooh, well...
What is your loyalty mission?
Well, because Mistake has another thing that she'd want to talk to Koss about.
Yep.
So I think that's where her head goes sooner.
We're never getting to Redfell. We're never gonna get there.
She sits and thinks about it for a moment.
And then Koss, do you ever wonder if the people around you aren't exactly the people you think they are?
I mean, I guess, kind of. I suppose, given who I am and, what my family does, it's kind of been a thing on my mind all the time.
I suppose being a changeling isn't quite what I meant.
What did you mean then?
I mean, the person that you think they are, how they act, how they treat you, isn't the real them. That they are either lying or being manipulated.
I mean, sometimes, but I guess I don't try to think about that too hard. I try to, trust people when I can. And, it's worked out for the most part, with one notable exception, but even Toby was kind of a cinnamon roll forced into his situation by circumstance in some ways.
Yeah. That's a whole other issue I'm not going to get into right now. What I mean is, if you had reason to believe that someone in your life was either lying to you or being manipulated, what would you do about it?
I mean, that's a good question. I guess I would ask them about it and, see if they were hiding something from me. And, if they kept on lying about it, I have magic for that.
Yeah, suppose.
Why do you ask?
Just a few things going on.
Yeah, I mean, I have some things going on back with my home situation.
Oh?
The Silver Tropes are on campus now, so I eventually have to figure out how it is that I want them to actually put together who Koss is and who Adrian is, because I think right now they think that Adrian goes here, but they don't know about Adrian exactly. They've met a different personality of mine that is a different dwarf, I'm gonna say is Adrian. It's kind of complicated, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with just, in my personal home kind of life, so...
Yeah, sounds kind of messy. Are you okay? Do you need help with that?
I'll manage. Just, if you had something similar in your home situation going on, I would understand if you wanted to get it off your mind.
Koss, is there something specific you want to ask me that you're not asking me?
Yes, there is.
Alright.
I've had a feeling that you've been working on something personal for a bit, and I thought that was, your business, but now that we have Auric to deal with, and more things to do for the safety of the school and other people. If there's anything I can do to help with that, I'm more than happy to do so.
I appreciate it, Coss. It's, like you said, it's home stuff. Which is kind of weird that you knew it was home stuff.
I don't know, I just have hunches.
Right. No, it's... Someone back home is... sick.
Some insight. Roll in some insight. I'll impose this.
I can.
If you want. It's a 25 though.
That's a 19.
Okay.
So...
We're both good at it.
Yeah, we're both good at it, but in this case, Cost is better.
Well, I just want you to know that I am happy to help out with home stuff. As a matter of fact, if you're willing to help out with mine, I'm willing to help out with yours.
What would you like me to do to help you, Cost? Because you just rejected my help.
Oh, well, I had a thought, actually, because I know that you can also disguise yourself.
Yeah.
And so if they see Cos and Adrian in the same spot, then they have to think that they're two different people, right?
This is remarkably underhanded of you.
People don't react well to knowing that there are changelings in their midst.
No, I get it. It could implicate your parents.
Exactly.
Yeah, whatever you need me to do to help.
Okay. Well, in the meantime, do you happen to know where I could get a bucket full of bugs?
With a blue?
That makes sense. I'm off to see Valente.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I had to feed the cats.
Makes sense. So, we skip right ahead. It probably took a few days. So you're presumably stuck with this bullywug for a little while, trying to hide him. Probably isn't that bad. He's pretty content to stay where he is as long as he's being, kept safe. Where do we do this? Where are we meeting Uncle Osric and his unseen?
Presumably in the tunnels somewhere?
Yeah, we'll bring the bullywug with us.
Cool. How are we transporting it?
Him?
No.
It's him.
No.
Cart. Janitor's cart.
Okay, so what Griff has is the classic gray barrel dumpster on the wheels. We can put it in there.
Like it.
Griff is not being racist. Griff is distancing. Griff is not becoming this thing's friend.
So we see Griff mistake Cos and Gary in the tunnels as Griff is pushing this trash can on wheels.
Trash can bullywug. Sorry.
And it might be one of the first few times you're all together since the whole ordeal. What are people talking about? Are people talking even?
I find it to be a real shame that they don't allow copying work in duplicative magic of all classes.
But if you copy the work, how are you going to learn?
The point of the class is copying.
Copy it through the magic that you're learning.
Well, I mean, that seems fair. Was that your plan, course?
No, I was just hoping that I could, borrow one of your assignments.
I mean...
the two smart people.
I'm not going to tell on you, but they'll kind of notice.
I definitely recommend borrowing Gary's, not mine.
Okay, well, I'll change it a little bit.
Why don't you get me some water? Excuse me.
Hold on.
Excuse me.
I'll just pour some water into there.
Open the lid and just...
I just imagine opening the lid and then the tongue just like...
I hate that.
Thank you.
Do you still have enough bugs in there?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
Okay, good.
Alright, and after a little while, a few shadows start to emerge from the other side of the tunnel. They are dressed in their unseen uniform. There's no disguise this time. Since you chose the tunnels, they don't have to go to the surface, so they don't have to disguise themselves. So you see the Leonin coming in with a veil over his face, but he keeps his mane, which is very untidy, but still decorated. And of course, two of his unseen that are also coming with him, and they've got horns popping out from underneath their little masks. Who's at the front and center?
Gotta be Griff.
I was gonna say, it should probably be Griff.
Yeah,
Perfect.
Probably Griff and Mistakes. Mistakes the one who wrote the letter to ask them to come.
Yeah. But Uncle Oz walks straight towards Griff and just goes, hug.
Alright. Let's make it quick.
Third time's the charm, I see.
It does...
Good to see you, Grifflin.
You too.
And you, Mistake. And the rest of you.
Hi, thank you.
Where's my favorite one?
Harsh.
They have started a very successful business in Ravnica if you want to visit.
You don't say. Looks like they outgrew this place faster than I did. Anyway, it's good to see you all. What can I do for you?
We have a package in the barrel that needs to go elsewhere.
Tongue shoots out and grabs a fly. That's fine.
Yeah. It's like a gnat.
Yep.
I warn you, it's incredibly annoying.
He's rather talkative, but doesn't speak common.
I expected this package to be alive, not gonna lie. But what is it? He.
Bullywog.
He's a bullywug who calls himself Morgoxor. He's helped us with information about the Auric and what they're planning.
He kicks the barrel, and the bullywug just rolls like. You.
He was a janitor.
What?
He was a janitor with the Auric.
Get up! Cole! Yeah, shut up. We know this one. The dirty work he says he does. You sure he's just a janitor?
Well, not just the janitor, considering he was ordering the Slaadi around.
Yeah. What about the collection of tongues, huh? Well, in Dwarvish, the bullywug says, well, I just cleaned it up. I mean, I wasn't the one who cut him off. Yeah. What about the witch? And you can sense that Uncle Oz, like, his headband is glowing. He can comprehend the language, even though he's speaking in common. And presumably it also translates what he is saying to the bullywug. Thank you for coming straight to us. We can take him just like we took Hugo. I can't promise I'll be nice to him. I'm willing to bet he knows some things that we could use.
Well, that's sort of what we were hoping, just, the nice way.
The Auric don't play nice.
And we're better than the Auric.
That's right. That's right. You are right.
What did he do with the tongues?
Ask him.
What did you do with the tongues? What's the tongue business?
Well, sometimes it's so that they can't talk, spill the beans. But, some people started still spilling the beans with thoughts, which is why Morgoxor's alchemists came up with the forget-me-not juice. Better alternative.
And none of them could write?
Well, if you can't remember anything.
Oh, no, I meant the tongues before they did that.
They took a few fingers, too. Some of them were illiterate. Those you don't have to take their fingers.
I don't need the details. What else have you not told us?
What's
You
this
might as
about
well
the
do
witch?
this now. You might as well tell us now, because I think this is the nicest that you'll get for a bit. Otherwise.
Yeah, he's pretty cornered. The two tieflings that came with Uncle Oz each drew a rapier and have the bullywug just cornered. And I think Uncle Oz chimes in. It's like, the witch. They were often partnered up, the bullywug and the witch. No one knows what she looks like. She's one of the pale ones, like...
Like me?
Yeah. She has no need for an auric mask.
Okay.
She's an expert in manipulation and deception and persuasion, seduction. We're getting carried away here. If we take the bullywug, what do you want us to do with him? Just keep him locked up?
Doesn't matter to me.
The idea was you can use him to get more information and potentially get a new ally out of it.
You gonna work for us, bullywug? Whatever the hell your name is. I mean, I already said it, right? I mean, as long as I'm safe from Am's wrath, I can cooperate. But you'll have to hide me far, far away. All right. You know what? Fine. We'll take him. We won't torture him. I'm sure we could put him to work somehow. Whatever he tells us, we will see if it's true or not. Even if it's true, good. If it's not, we'll act accordingly.
Sounds like a plan to me. And if you find out anything else, do let us know.
Of course.
Koss is going to like go off to grab one of the other unseen and just starts telling them, okay, so he really opens up when you get him in a one-on-one situation. His favorite types of bugs are cockroaches, but in a pinch you can go for centipedes.
Oh, there's plenty of those in Redfell, yeah, sure.
Just giving you the lowdown and starts like briefing him.
And while Koss is doing that, Uncle Oz goes to like the other three. Well, anyway, enough business. How the hell are you? You, nephew, missed ya last summer. And he just lifts up his eye patch, still missing an eye. You know, I still went to the manor. Your father moved my eye.
I tried.
Yeah, me too.
Can we say that Griff has the newspaper?
Sure.
He hands the newspaper over.
Looks like he's more pissed off at you than he was already, huh?
Yeah, he's a petty man.
You can say that again.
And everyone seems to love him as the vice captain.
And as he's reading, he's just like, cut off. What? Griff, are you okay?
He stopped having funds. I mean, that was just a matter of time.
I mean, I know that, but jeez.
I mean, he did recall Bart. That's dumb.
Griff, I'm sorry to hear that. Bart was...
Is?
Jesus. Bart is...
What's with people talking like people are dead around here? You're the second one.
Bart is a good man.
Thank you.
He was kind to me. Griff, is your father letting you back home over the winter break, or will you need a place to stay?
You know, I haven't even considered that. I'll stay with you.
You might want to... What?
What? I'm sorry, I thought you were offering
We're
that.
going to Ravnica anyways, right?
Sorry, I thought you were offering that. Nope,
visit
never mind.
Shelley.
Ravnica?
Right, yep, no, sorry.
Hang on.
Shelley has the bar, and these two are from Ravnica.
Is that before or after?
Unrelated. They're going to Ravnica.
I might be in Ravnica too. Are you going before or after?
We can go whenever.
Before or after what?
It's not related. They're going to Ravnica.
Detect thoughts is going up.
Roll to say.
Alrighty. Absolutely a fail.
So yeah, what's one of the things that looms large in Mistake's minds?
Very much not wanting the F Squad to get involved in something that could be very dangerous, especially after hearing Koss be worried about, I just want a normal year. Mistake's very much like, nope, this is not an F Squad thing, it can't be an F Squad thing.
I'm very confused. I mean...
Mistake's going to glare at Koss and then swap to like more Thieves' Cant style, brush things off, and the whole celebration we were planning in Redfell was just for people in Redfell, just, you know, for friends and family back there, and to, you know, give a big middle finger to the humans there.
Sure.
It wasn't related at all to everyone else going to Ravnica. And, you know, it also let me deal with some personal responsibilities there.
I understand, I suppose, but Mistake, when I was asked to get party supplies for the celebration, I thought that the F Squad would be invited to this celebration.
The Detect Thoughts goes to him now. Okay, what's one thing that is looming large in his mind?
That this celebration might involve blood? In his eyes, at least. Yeah. Plenty of preparation, and most importantly, we'll need allies.
So Osric would know that Koss just did that.
Yeah. He's okay with it. He's like, yeah, go ahead. Meanwhile, eyes on Mistake the entire time.
Oh, he thought that if F Squad would be invited
to the celebration. Yeah, you know, the underground party.
Right. No, sorry, I didn't know that you were even involved. I thought it was just the tieflings at the Mermaid's Tail because I wanted to make sure they were invited.
My unseen at the Mermaid's Tail have a lot to deal with that. I mean, did you hear the owner's back in town and has been seen around and is wreaking havoc and tormenting the tieflings?
Yes, part of why I wanted there to be a celebration.
Real quick, when he was saying that, one of his tieflings just goes, "Yo, and that mermaid's tail guy, owner, reeks of magic. I'm willing to bet money on it. It's a disguise." And then Osric is like, "Yeah, there's some speculation."
And this celebration could help with a lot of that.
Yeah,
But it is a tiefling thing.
sure. Well, I have all of the party supplies. I have been in touch with Zakeen. Everything is set to go. Just let us know when festivities begin, where to meet you.
Well, you know when winter break starts. And Mistake's just gonna kind of slowly back away.
As Mistake turns around, Koss is currently a tiefling.
Yes!
And it's just like, it would be really nice to have you come to Ravnica, so, if you want, we could help you deal with your celebration, and then you can come with us to Ravnica to meet Shelly, also.
I mean, if things go smoothly, then I'd love to go to Ravnica. But I sort of have some personal things to deal with, Koss.
During that talk, you see in the background the unseen trying to like shove the bullywug back into the trash can.
I actually wanted to say, I wanted Gary to talk to the bullywug.
So you walk up to them as they're like trying to put the lid on.
So Gary had not made this connection before, but now he's just like, hey, and this is in Dwarvish, of course.
Sure.
Question for you.
No way.
You mentioned before about how I, bested the Auric alchemists.
Well, yeah.
Is that common knowledge, or is that something that you learned when you came to campus the other day?
He's gonna say, "Well, I heard the Dragon's Guard gossiping about it because that Rampart fella that looks it on."
So,
while they
likely
were in the
common
outskirts.
knowledge.
Well, I mean, about as common as the Dragon's Guard goes.
Okay, great. Thank you. Gary's gonna leave.
Okay.
Gary is now extremely concerned for anyone who's had their memory wiped. Because apparently the Auric used to cut tongues out, and then they got the forget-me-not, and now he's basically like, oh shit, if the Auric know we can cure their memories, they're gonna kill them.
Well, technically, he's talking about when the Dragon's Guard were in the outskirts of campus and the Slaadi were there. So pretty much everyone who knows is either dead or it's the bullywug.
Well, let's keep it that way then.
Yeah.
So I think he'll probably head to like Dragon's Guard barracks to be like, y'all shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you?
Griff would want to ask a little bit more about Bjorn before they leave.
Sure.
What do you think he wants from being in charge of the school? I don't know if it's an obvious question or if it's just a desperate move.
I mean, I would have thought it was rather obvious, Griffling. When the person in charge is dying.
Yes, he's gonna inherit the school, but what's the end game?
Well, they need to vote, but as long as he is seen taking care of business, it's hard to not vote for a burning hammer. He's just biding his time until Tapwing drops. Pardon my bluntness. And then your father can swoop in, declare himself captain, and reclaim glory. Maybe get his funds back in order, who knows?
So you don't know much more than me?
Pretty much. I mean, there's the railroad stuff, you know about that?
Yeah.
That's ongoing. It's keeping them stable. Definitely not in any position to cut you off. You must have really had that coming. Piss him off.
I did say a few things to him.
Yeah, well, pity I wasn't there to hear.
Yeah, well, you deserve.
Mistake is feeling a bit upset and overwhelmed. She doesn't like having been lying to everyone. She doesn't like Koss detecting her thoughts, but she also gets why Koss detected her thoughts. So I think she kind of also leaves. Entirely up to Koss if Koss follows.
Yeah, I think actually Koss was going to follow. So after the conversation is over and people are headed out, Koss is going to try to catch up with Mistake and say, "Hey, Mistake, first off, sorry for reading your mind back there. I just was really curious. I didn't realize that you had gotten so many other people involved with this."
And you couldn't just ask.
I guess I could have, yeah, so sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Are you still available to do the chat with the silver trolls today?
Today? What was today?
That was the plan.
What do you need me to do?
Just wear this. Cos will take off their hat and place it on Mistake's head, and look like. I guess a changeling is the easiest way to sell it.
Okay. I can probably manage that.
And then just, I'm friends with a lot of people, so act like you're friends with Adrian or something.
Yeah. That one might be tough right now.
Meanwhile, at the Dragon's Guard base, Gary arrives and there you see the Dragon's Guard training. You meet up with Lieutenant Stoffless. Sure. Yeah, he's out in the training field and he is talking to Shuva, of all people, from Silverquill. As you get closer, you get the sense that they're finishing a conversation and she's just like, well, I don't see why this can't be a complaint. I mean, social complaints are just as valid. She is tormenting the Silverquill campus, and you need to do something about it quickly before this gets out of hand, because it's gotten out of hand in the past, and history has shown that if you do nothing, then cruelty will just continue. Okay, all right. Anything else, Miss Glenmantle? No, that's it. Thank you for your time, even if you were a little rude. And she kind of just walks away to sit on a bench nearby.
Gary doesn't know Shuva. I don't even
Yeah.
think he says hi.
Sure.
He's just like, oh yeah,
You've
that's
seen her.
Kasa's friend.
She was in the mirror that one time.
Yeah.
Go on.
Lieutenant Staphlos?
Yes.
Do you know that the thing that Ramparts talked about has to do with me?
Right. He's not quite happy with you at Squad 4. Well, some of you. Yeah, what about him?
Right, so do you know the specific thing that he's talked about recently?
Oh yeah,
Happened.
the memory one.
Okay, great. Do you know who else he has told?
You mean besides his platoon?
A whole platoon? How big is his platoon?
35 strong.
35?
35, yeah. There's platoon. That's just platoon A, and there's platoon B and platoon C, and
Has he told all of them too?
I don't know. They talk.
Okay, can you get them to not?
Why? It's good news, isn't it?
I mean...
And he just gives you a pat on the
Ow.
shoulder. Just like, you ought to be proud, lad.
Well, sure, but let's think about this logically.
Okay.
If word spreads that there's a way to cure Auric memory potion, what is going to happen to all of the people who had their memories wiped?
Well, they're under Dragon's Guard protection, of course.
All of them? What about anybody else out in the world who's had this memory potion that is not under Dragon's Guard protection?
Well, I mean, I assume they can wait their turn, right? I mean, you got your...
That's not the point! Don't you get it? If they think that this memory potion can just be cleared up, then they're going to need to tie up their loose ends.
Sorry, lad. You're the third student who's yelled at me today.
I'm so sorry.
What do you want me to do? I can tell the lads to zip it.
Yes, that's exactly that.
Sure. I'll tell them right now. Hey, Thickens. Why don't you rally up platoon A, and you know what, platoon B and platoon C while we were at it.
Platoons.
That's just those under my command. There's other lieutenants, but they're stationed in Witherbloom, Silverquill, and you know.
Alright, I guess that's all I had to say. Can you handle it from here?
I sure as hell will try. You can come yell at me again, lad.
I'm sorry, I'm not mad at you. I am mad at myself for not thinking of this earlier. And also I'm kind of mad at Rampart.
Well, I'm sure he'd say well likewise. Alright, good to see you, lad. Say hi to your squad for me.
Sure.
And before you can walk away, we're gonna end on Shuva tapping you on the shoulder before you go. Garrett, right?
Yes, I'm Gary. You are...
Shuvadri Glenmantle.
Shuvadri.
Did I hear that correct?
Oh no, another person who knows. Please don't tell anybody.
No, I will not. Well, my family deals in law. Are you perhaps interested in discussing further? Perhaps I am able to help you make sure that you are, for starters, compensated monetarily, so that you are not left by yourself without proper representation of the law. There are some loopholes around who gets to use your creation.
You know, that actually would be extremely helpful.
It's all a matter of sitting down, getting the forms, collecting them, filling them out, submitting them, and you should be all set to go.
Okay.
You don't have to have a degree to practice. Well, you do. But you don't have to have a degree to fill out the paperwork.
You do.
well, you do, but
I have a degree.
Usually that's a paralegal and...
But lots of my family have degrees, and we could just fill it out together, and I can send it to them.
Yes, that would all be very helpful.
Great.
Sorry, I don't know how to get in contact with you.
Well, I live in the same building as Kos.
Okay.
Silver Trove.
Great, I will find you there. Do you know anything about clauses so people can't, say, use this on somebody without their consent? Which I feel like should be obvious, but I don't know if that's actually a thing that, you know, is already a rule.
I think we can look further into it, yes.
Okay, great. I'll come to Silver Club.
So, Silver Troves, huh? Mm-hmm. You would know by now that the Silver Troves, since they've moved in recently, they've been lodged in Lorehold, because it makes sense. They're actually being lodged in the apartments at Pillar Drop.
That makes sense then.
So that's where you head.
It's wherever the invitations to join the team would have requested people to report.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And so you're able to find them no problem, or at least where they're being lodged. What do we see?
Yeah, probably not until we get rather close. Mistake will use disguise self to look like generic changeling.
I think Koss would shift to their true form to give Mistake a reference.
Yeah. Because I don't think Mistake has actually seen that.
Mm-hmm. Koss looks like Adrian.
Oh, okay. So as you're getting close, you see two dwarves bickering with one of the... It's going to be like Professor Khan, bickering with him.
Oh, I don't know what to tell you, lads. I told you, I said what I said. It's like, well, this is preposterous. We paid for Adrian Silvertrove to come to school last year, and it turns out no one knows who Adrian Silvertrove is. Were we just ripped off at Baldrick? No, I don't know, Fieldrick.
And they go back and forth, and Khan is like,
Can I go? I have a class to teach. Sure.
and they just like purchase, some beer from a stand nearby, and just two mugs of ale as they're drinking out in public.
Well, looks like somebody tugged on our beards.
And that's what you see when you two are approaching. This is outdoors. So you're knocking on
on whatever surface.
the stand, the bar stand that they're standing next to.
Excuse me, I got an invitation to come here.
Randall Rockmover for the Mage Tower team.
Hey! I knew I recognized you, lad. Yes. Well, I don't remember sending you an invite, but good to see you, I suppose.
Is it what?
Fildred, did you know I sent him one? Well, did you not tell him that we found somebody?
Point being, lad, you didn't respond in time, so we found someone else.
Oh, okay. I mean, that actually does make this easier, because I had a couple things to say. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for accepting me, but also I just had too many things going on.
Oh, no problem, lad, no problem. Hey, listen, while I have you, you know dwarves, right? In this school?
Yep.
Have you met an Adrian Silvertrove?
That was the second thing that I wanted to tell you.
Ah! I told you this is good, lad. So, what do you know of Adrian Silvertrove? Took our money, ran off, is that it?
That's me. I'm Adrian. I tried out as Randall Rockmover because I didn't want to get preferential treatment.
Huh. So you are the recipient of last year's scholarship?
Yep, that's correct. I thought it was a double scholarship for a bit, but then turns out that was a lie.
Why lie, lad? I mean, surely you should have known that saying you're a silver trove would have gotten your foot in the door.
That's exactly it. I just didn't want to, I guess, coast on the name. Sorry, this is hard for me.
And who are you?
This is, Cost Silver Trove. They're a changeling. They also go to Strixhaven. Turns out, they have the same last name as our clan, and it's completely unrelated.
You know, people, when we asked them, do you know Adrian Silvertrove? People said, no, but I know a Cost. So it's you, huh? Huh.
To sell the whole changeling thing, Mistake's gonna use another disguised self to change into, I'll say like a dragonborn, because that also has a tail. So now she's like less worried about her tail.
Oh. Well, how did you get that last name there, Cost Silvertrove? That name goes back many generations.
Luck.
Luck.
Luck. You know, we've actually been learning a little bit about Fey history and how silver is like really associated with a lot of Fey creatures like changelings. So it's probably just one of those convergent ideas kinds of a moments, you know?
Can you roll deception for me? Actually, it's gonna be with advantage, I think.
Okay.
Because Mistake's helping you out.
21?
Okay. Well, I don't like it. And you should change your name. That name means a lot to us. What's it mean to you?
It means family.
That's Ohana.
We know a thing or two about family. Okay. Well, thanks for clarifying there, Adrian.
Adrian.
It would mean a lot to us if you could join us every 7th day evening. The Silver Trolls get together and have dinner here at Lorehold campus.
Yeah, maybe. I don't really...
Maybe!
I don't really get out much. I kind of just keep to myself. That's why everybody knows Cost more than they know me.
Well, it's good to meet you, lad, and quite a step up, going from Silver Trove Scholarship to the Burning Hammer Scholarship this year. You know, when we heard about that, we thought, well, we couldn't afford at the time to pay for more than 1 year of stewardships for our people, but hey, sticking around, we like that. You can only help the Silver Trove clan better in the long run.
Yeah, well, thanks for understanding. I'm glad we could clear this all up, and yeah.
This 7th day, we're expecting you. Seat at the table for Adrian Silvertrove. You vegetarian?
No.
We'll get you the meaty dish.
Okay, great.
Fildrick, sign him up for the meaty dish.
Great, thank you. I'm gonna go now.
And you walk away from them.
Mistake dismisses disguised self once they're out of sight, like around the corner, and just gives the hat back to Koss.
Cool. So, is there anything else you're incredibly curious about?
I mean, yes, if you're willing to share. I mean, what kind of sickness are we talking about here?
As Mistake is talking, because they're on Lorehold campus, she's going to the clock tower. Because that's like her favorite place to go. So she's just like absently walking that direction, presumably with Koss, as she's talking.
I don't know. Not one I can find any information on.
What does it do?
Changes you.
Like physically?
No. It makes you act different. Think different. Remember things different, I'm not sure.
Well, I mean, I don't mean to keep on trying to butt into this, but Gary did just cure one of those.
Gary cured a poison-based memory-erasing illness. If you can call that an illness, I don't know. This isn't that.
Then what is it then?
It's That's what I've been trying to find out. It's not caused by anything ingested. From what I can tell, it's caused just by existing.
Like it's just a miasma or something along those lines?
Something like that, but entirely invisible. Untraceable.
Do you know if you've been affected by that?
I don't know. Until last year, I wouldn't have guessed it could affect tieflings at all.
Okay, well, it sounds difficult. Listen, Mistake, I'm sorry that I was prying instead of asking you directly. It's just... You've been really private about this, and it just seemed like every person that you've gotten involved has been concerned about you.
Every person?
Yeah.
Who else have you talked to?
Well, I haven't actually talked to any of them. I've used the old workaround that apparently the Auric were worried about.
Right.
But... yeah, I just wanted you to know that you're part of this squad, and the F in the F squad stands for a lot of things, but the squad part means that we stick together.
I appreciate it, but you really shouldn't get involved in this one.
If we only did things that we should do, we would not be the F squad. Another part of F stands for fuck 'em. That was Gary's contribution.
Heck yeah.
That's fair. You're already overwhelmed with everything else, though.
Oh, that's going to happen regardless. Besides, me personally, I've always wanted to see Redfill.
I'm surprised you haven't been.
Yeah, we didn't travel much.
It's kind of shitty in the winter. It's all grey.
Okay, well, I'll have to imagine it, but I'll imagine better with a visual aid.
No, that's that snow globe I gave you.
Oh yes, that's true. So I'll drop it for now, but I just wanted to put it out there.
Put what out there, Cos?
That we would all be happy to help you out.
Cos, this really is dangerous.
We just got done with fighting frog monsters.
Oh, right, on campus, where there's Dragon's Guard and professors and all these people who would keep us from dying.
In our first year at Strixhaven, we fought against a known Auric agent at a gala where it was just us against him and his entire crew. And we won.
And that's not entirely true, the Unseen were also there.
Oh, okay, but the point of the matter is, danger's kind of part of the territory now. Sorry, I'll drop it, but you should know that we are here for you. Sorry, that's my egg timer. Hard boiling an egg.
I did have one thing though that I wanted to bring for Cos, and I think we have time to do it really quick. If we don't dwell on it.
Get back to the notes.
Next week I want to just do the fall festival if possible. For Cos specifically, you head back to Silver Quill at the end of the day, and after everything that's happened, there's been a little bit of an uptick about campus heroes. Oh, that's right, the F Squad, they're heroes, and now it's even. I want to say the Slaadi fight made the paper. I haven't made it in real life, but it made the paper in the universe, so people know what you did, and a lot of faces turn when you're heading back to Silver Quill. A lot of hellos. People are a little intimidated to go up to you. They want to pay their respects, or show you respect by not bombarding you with questions.
No one's dead, Alex.
I know, I'm sorry. But as you're heading to your dorm, you hear a voice in your head. Psst, hey.
Hello?
Up here. Behind. On the other side across the quad, you see Dario. He's reading something, and he just waves at you and just gives you the motion to climb up to the roof with him.
Okay, sure, why not? Cos will do their best to climb.
No Misty Step. Climb.
Wait, no, I do have Misty Step.
You do?
I have magic, yeah, I'll use magic.
Okay, alright. Yeah, you size up the wall. Nah, too difficult. Misty Step up. Dario closes his book. I was worried sick. You alright?
About the Slaad fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slaad fight.
Yeah, I'm good. I could be better, but I'm alright. I was really hoping for just like a normal year or something. But no, I guess no rest for the F Squad.
There's no such thing as normal, doll.
I don't know if I like that name, but okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah, normal's what you make it. But all things considered, I'm really happy you're safe. I mean it.
Thank you.
And, well, when things happen in campus, when things happen in life that make you think about the future, it throws me off my groove, you know? So I just want to tell you that, you know what? Ink starts to flow out of his sleeves. The ink begins to gather around in front of him, and then the black ink solidifies into a black guitar.
Oh no! Chekhov's guitar!
It's only one way to communicate with you, Cos.
Oh no!
So, I practiced a little.
Can't sing along with this one.
And as he starts playing, some people below begin to take notice of what's happening on the roof. There's music coming from the roof, and he just starts the broodiest song. Waking up and see that everything is okay. The first time in my life, and now it's so great. Slowing down and look around, and I am so amazed. I think about the little things that make life great. I wouldn't change a thing about it. This innocence is brilliant. I hope that it will stay. This moment is perfect. Please don't go away. I need you now. 'Cause and I'll hold on to it. I won't let you pass me by.
Whoa.
And then everybody below begins clapping like, woo! Puts your hair behind your ear and says,
Okay, just step away from the edge real quick with me. Okay? Just where other people can't see us real quick, and then I'm gonna kiss him.
Yay! You kiss him and he pulls back and is like, I was gonna ask for permission, but damn.
You got it.
You wanna go to the fall festival with me?
Yeah, let's do that.
And that's where we're gonna end today.
Yeah!
Is that the song that you wrote? Or
No.
That is by Avril Lavigne.
Okay, it did seem like a 2000s.
Yeah.
That is by my ex-girlfriend, Avril. Didn't work
So
out.
dirty.
She married a skater boy.
Oh.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us again this week. This episode was recorded in Watertown, Massachusetts, also known as the traditional land of the Pecosset and Nanantum peoples. I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of the talented musicians that helped bring this podcast to life with their amazing music. We've provided a link to their web pages in the description. I would also like to thank our talented players, Tyler Rubin, Rin Garnett, Michael Yang, and Nikki Aguilar Thompson. This story would not be the same without their wonderful creativity. I've been your host and DM, Alex Aguilar Thompson, and I hope to see you here again next week for another episode of Roleplay Radio.